Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry, I was reading. I'm learning how to build a webinar. Mm, Technology sucks. Oh, I just wanted to jump on again. I'm getting ready to leave the office. And I want you guys to, I wanted to hop on and say, I hope you guys have a really good weekend and you guys start doing lots of planning. I hope everybody's doing networking. And you guys just think about the stuff that you guys have going on. It's crazy too, because every time I pick up the phone and I get another call for somebody, like last week, I talked to three different people. This week, they're in the hospital, had a stroke and a heart attack. What the fuck, man? I mean, holy cow. It's like everything, it's always changing, changing, changing. And I sit in my office and I'm thinking about all the stuff going on. I have to go to the bank here in a minute, set up a new account. I'm filing a bond today. I'm getting technology set up. I'm in here trying to figure out how the hell to do a teachable program to do stuff. I mean, it's always something going on, isn't it? How's everybody doing? What's up, John and Trisha? Yeah, I need that. I need somebody that's an extrovert and teachable. You know what I mean? Like literally this stuff. I mean, holy cow, man. It's like I know point and click and stuff, but it's terrible. Building stuff is terrible. Technology is terrible. It is always something, right? All good in the house must be all right. And it's a lot of things going on, man. It's everything's moving around. Brake volume's low. I don't even know what I wanted to talk about. I just want to come on and tell everybody have a great weekend. I mean, I don't even have nothing to yell about or anything. I just it's just really rough. Just like I don't know how you guys don't have common sense and have a plan. Like I've done some pretty stupid stuff. I get it, right? But like the stories I'm getting with people giving people money like it's randomly and buying trucks and doing this and doing that and freaking jumping out there. I just don't get it because, like, I'm sitting here building a brokerage, a trucking company. Well, five trucking companies because we're working with a bunch of them. So we'll have five trucking companies we're working with. We're building the brokerage. We're sitting here writing out dispatch agreements and contracts. We're bringing in the insurance and affiliate stuff back, and we're doing it all in one house. And it's a lot, man. It's like you're moving stuff around and you're getting it going, and then this guy calls and it's crazy because we already have customer freight ready to go. You know what I mean? Do something fun this weekend. Good morning, sir, from the Killers is in the house. Awesome. What's up, Brian? Do something fun this weekend. I don't know what I'm doing this weekend. I have no idea what I'm doing this week. That's horrible, isn't it? I'll be working on my webinar. I'll be working on freight sales. I'll be working on my business. There's no time to do anything fun. Shit, I'm already like behind. I've had 6 months of wasted time. You know how much work I have left on the table I've been missing? I get so caught up doing these webinars all the time that I forget about building residuals. I don't have time to sell insurance. I don't have time to actually work on anything. If you don't have a team, how are you going to do this? That's the problem a lot of you guys have right now. Brian, Tire Killer, he has no team. It's just him. It's crazy. The more and more you think about how many trucking companies go out of business because they have no team. They have nowhere to go. But I mean, you always go up, you can always go down, but you have nowhere to go. Like you have no help. And if you do get help, you're stuck wearing a hat. You can't get ahead. And I see it every day. Like the more and more I think of the complexity of building this dispatching team and the brokers and having them do both, and with all these people I'm talking to that have been doing this for 5, 6 years, and they've been doing it on their own. Hell, we got 3 or 4 people that are shutting down their current brokerages just to be a part of our brokerage just because they want to be involved in a team. And it's crazy because you can run one business and you can run one company, but you always run into problems. You think about trucking, of course. You get your trucks, you buy a truck. Well, now it's just one truck. So you break down, it's still one truck. You got to pay for the truck. Then you start getting a couple owner operators. They help expend the money, and then you can have a little free time. Because if you add more trucks, you're not getting free time. You're going right into more debt because you have to control those trucks, right? It's crazy. It's all about that plan, you know what I mean? And then what if you don't get along with other people or you don't even have time to bring on those other people? How do you get that done and grow your company the way you want to with no team? It's hard, Brian, I tell you. Otherwise, you're just rolling around by yourself. Balance in life is important. A good team strategy, focus, and goals make it happen. And fun. Have fun and enjoy fun. Dude, I always enjoy fun. I mean, have fun, but you still got to pay the bills and have a business and a plan to be able to pay to do that. Well, you don't have to have money to have fun. That's true. You can always do stuff. Everybody's calling, man. My phone is on steroids, man. We already got clients coming in. We're setting up a couple of asset agents. When we launch, we're gonna have 5 agents and then 10 dispatchers slash agents in house. It's gonna be really crazy. So we're trying to get everything done. You know how much paperwork and stuff, time and stuff to do this right it takes to set up this big old complex business that we're doing. It's crazy because most people have to build a network and the referrals and the leads. We already have all that. We got the carriers, we got the trucks, we got the authorities, we got the freight, we got everything. It's just connecting it together and going to get more, right? You think about it, right? And earning trucks. Anyways, I don't know what I got on. I was just really distressed, man. My buddy Huey he just had like 3 strokes. Fucking Isaiah's his family's got COVID. Another guy just had a heart attack. Every day when you have as many as people, it just keeps pouring and pouring. And it's like, you think about what did they plan to do? Did they expect to have that happen? Did they think about that far ahead? You know, you always know that there may not ever be a tomorrow, right? But what are you doing in the day to make sure they're taken care of and you're enjoying you're living the best you can, right? What are you doing? It's like 12 o'clock in the middle of nowhere. Everybody's like, this guy's on again. 5 days in a row. Well, I just thought I'd come on because I want to know what you guys are expecting to do to take care of your families. I mean, what would they? Well, if you look next to you and your shadow was gone tomorrow, that person who's sitting next to you, your wife, friend, you, and you left them, are you prepared? Are you so caught up in your business that you haven't been home that if you died tomorrow, you wouldn't even, I mean, you wouldn't even have no memories to take with you because you're so busy trying to support the family, you never enjoyed it. Did you get into trucking into that? Is your business running like that? Let's see. You have to make things happen for everything. Believe in yourself. Abundance coming in so many ways. Now, while I'm looking for owner operators that qualify to work in my company, in the meantime, I'm training small Hispanic transportation companies how to succeed in this industry. It's awesome. I don't even know who I'm talking to. I can't even see the pictures on here. It just says that's awesome. You should help them. It's just what the whole fun about. How can you have a business when you're not actually excelling that? Bring on people, grow your business, help others. It's not fun, right? But anyways, I just want to come on and tell you guys to have a happy weekend. When you're this weekend, while you're doing stuff, do a little bit of planning ahead. How are you going to find customers? Set yourself up for networking before you go in, and do some posting and searching with direction. Put it out there. uh think about where you're delivering, and if those deliverings if you're delivering like freight chasing, then don't worry about it because you may not ever be there anyways. But if you're in an area where you want to work it all the time, think about stopping by and seeing 3 or 4 customers. And then whenever you see those customers, think about what you're going to do with them. If you got them, you only got 2 trucks, 3 trucks, 5 trucks, how are you going to be able to go into that customer, get what you want, do, and then be able to help them service the rest to keep somebody like C.A. Robinson for coming in and taking your fucking freight? Earlier today, I talked to one of my guys that's going to work with me, and they said they're scared to go in places because if they win the customer, they wouldn't know what to do with all the freight when they got it. That's horrible. That's why you should have a team. You should never be leaving anything on the table. If you're a carrier and you have assets, just call up Shaggy's, man. And that's one of the things, this greatest thing about this new company we're going to open. If you're a carrier like that with 10 or 20 trucks, you'll be able to come and work with us. And if you want to if you have a customer and you want to bring it over, you need assistance with covering it so you could keep your customer, why not work together? You're going to lose the money anyways. You didn't have it before you started, and it's all extra. You ever look at it that way? Hey, thanks a lot, man. That's awesome. I really enjoyed teaching you guys. I love the networks. If we could ever like start a thing and have everybody come back after all these people in 13 years or whatever the hell it's been, 18 years, I wish every one of them could come back and say one thing, whether it was a phone call, maybe it was my training, maybe it was just something we helped them with, maybe it was a partner in the group or not a partner, but somebody else in the group that was trained to help. That happens so much in our group. It's so crazy. Guys, we have dispatching coming up Monday. It's my last one that I'll ever teach live like this where we're talking. The rest of the time, they're going to be pre-recorded if I can ever figure out how to use this fucking Teachable program. You know what I mean? They're like, it's self point and click, right? You're like, oh, cool. But it's like 800 videos, and then you got to figure out where the hell to start. And every time you do something, you got to sign up for another fucking forum to use that plugin and this plugin, and I ain't even figured out what plugin I'm using yet. Hey, Rebecca, you see that phone number right there? Right there. Right there. Over there. Right there. You can call that number and you can get a hold of me anytime, Rebecca. 812-870-2039. It's always there. And with all this changing and stuff, with us closing down the boot camps, and we started our freight cells, and everybody's calling me because they're doing all the homework. That's awesome. I hope you didn't do it under the same name, Rebecca. Oh, that's awesome. You referred Veronica. See, I can't see the names of all the people on there. See how that is? See how that is right there? Some of them it shows me the names, so I'm sorry. I don't know. I know that once the conversation starts, I see some, but I don't. Good deal, Rebecca. Yeah, just call me. I'll help you. I'll help you with everything. Yeah, no shit. You better learn, especially if you've been working around our group. Yep, call us. Make sure it's separated and I'll help you. Just call me up, 812. I'll help you with anything you need to get the trucking company set up. We got the insurance, the factoring, the bonds, and I got all the training to go along with it. And Veronica is awesome. She has a lot to work on. That lady is really cool. They've done a lot of work. I just think they're doing it on the opposite end. And as soon as we get her figured out and get the calls going and get her brokerage set up, and then what I really want to do is help Veronica fix some of her dispatch. You know what I mean? And then we really got to start working on her safety score because a lot of those. Oh, good. Yep. A lot of those, they're not, you don't have them, but the different owner on each MC, like Rebecca's on one, husband's on the other, vice versa, different addresses and all that stuff. Unless you got good credit, you've been in business and you got a fleet of a bunch of trucks, right? You would be good, but it's a little different, a little risky. Veronica's really cool. I want to help Veronica with her safety scores and her compliance too, because something about carriers in South Texas. I don't know if it's because they're bilingual. I don't know if it's because they're Hispanic. I don't know if they just don't pay attention. But I tell you what, there's some companies in South Texas that are working on with all my lovely Hispanic carriers down in the southeast down there, or sorry, south, and they are just fucking up their authorities like crazy. I don't know if it's the mentality of some of the carriers where they want to get rich, or it's the lack of education or the companies that are going in and working with them just aren't teaching them the right thing. But when you go and look at all these companies on Laredo, like you just go to ecarriercheck.com, the one behind my head, and you type, what's up, Flo? And you type in carriers, like in a 50 100 mile radius of like Laredo or something. I guarantee you 80% of them, their safety scores, if not one, two, or three columns are flagged. It's insane. I'm not being like pointing out. I'm just telling you, go to ecarriercheck.com and look. You know what I mean? It's like when you go to Glendale Heights, California, there's a 90% that 90% of those carriers are fraud. But they should care. You know what I mean? Like, do you not see all the lawsuits, liabilities, and claims? I mean, are you making that much money? I mean, do you just leave in the United States and then bounce over to Mexico? So all you do is pay rent here, but you're running it over there. So you can afford to run businesses like that? I mean, I don't fucking understand. Like, it's a huge, like, how is it not important? Look at that. Ivan's in the house. He said perfect score for 4 years. Definitely. It is. It's just. It's. I don't think it's they care. I think what happens is you get a lot of people that want to get their trucking going. They want to get the independence. The drivers come flocking to them. Families members jump in, and you could go like 2 years before really something really bad happens. You know what I mean? E-carrier check, before you get caught up. And it's really like, look at all the people in the last 2 years, 2.5 years came in. They don't even know what this is like right now. It's like fucking they went back to the Stone Age if somebody turned the power out on them. You know what I mean? All we could do is go around and yell and blame people and excuses because then again, do you really do the networking and the research when the freight is good? How much does e-carrier check to cost? I believe it is 119 a month and then like 40 something dollars for each additional user. They have two packages. One is general and one is the other one. I would definitely use the other one. And if I was going to buy e-carrier check Trey, I would definitely do a demo with Jared at least 3 times. Because the first time you're kind of like, when you're on there, you're like, whoa. The second time you're like, mm-hmm. The third time you're like, so you're trying to tell me when I was first starting out, I could have went on there and found out every customer if they have carriers working for them and what size those carriers are working for them, and if they're direct and if they're working through brokers or direct or not. You're like, well, no, you can't find that on there. You actually have to call them, but you can see what customers they're working with on them. So you try to say I can look on there, type in a carrier's MC number at a shipper, and I can see not only who they are, who they're working with. That's crazy. So I would do something like that. All right, guys. I just wanted to come on for a second to shoot the shit, man. If you guys need any help, give me a call. And we have dispatching webinar coming up. The next freight sales is October 5th, and then the next broker is September 19th. And have a great weekend. Call us if you need us.